Two travelers were on the road together when the bear suddenly appeared. Both ran as fast as they could. One ran to a tree by the side of the road, climbed up and hid in its branches. But the other could not run as fast like his companions. He threw himself on the ground and pretended to be dead. The bear came and sniffed the man lying on the ground. The man kept perfectly still. He held his breath, knowing that a bear will not touch a dead body. The bear really thought he was dead and so went away. When the bear had gone, the traveler who hid on the tree went down and asked his companions, "What did the bear whisper to you when he put his mouth close to your ear?" And the companion replied, "He told me never to travel again with a friend who deserts you at the first sight of danger." This story situates us to our gospel message. The cross is the true test of the sincerity, of commitment, of our friendship, our fellowship with Jesus. Of course, we can apply that also to our friends, even to our church friends. So here, of course, the disciples relish their fellowship with Jesus. They were drawn into his inner life. They enjoyed the privilege of belonging to Jesus' inner circle of friends. They were also overwhelmed with importance when people sought their assistance to be able to get near the Master. Connection, is it? They were grateful when Jesus gave them the power to heal and expel demons. And as the popularity of their Master grew, they also, of course, become popular. Then the great expectation came when Jesus asked them, "Who do you say I am?" And Peter said, "You are the Christ, the Messiah." Peter gave the correct answer. But in case people and the disciples misunderstood what that Messiah meant, Jesus now told them bluntly that he was destined to suffer grievously and to be put to death. And worse still, he added, "If anyone wants to be my follower, let him renounce himself and take up his cross and follow me." Back to the cross. Back to the cross. So as I shared before, in the context of our SFA 8 habits, we strive to live the cross. Vertical is our relationship with God, habit 1 and 2. And that is not complete horizontal relationship with other people, our neighbor, love, and service. It's not easy. I don't find it easy even to live this cross. It's not easy to love, not easy to forgive when I feel hurt, not easy to be always patient, not always easy to be always gentle. Sometimes in my mind, I wish I'm not a priest. Christian, never mind. Worse, I'm a priest. Worse, I'm a parish priest. Otherwise, I wreck you. Cannot control myself. Not easy. Not easy to sacrifice, to be generous service. Service, never mind. I serve as a garden of the friary, no problem, easy. Serve as a head of a ministry, no problem. I, as a PP, as a, I'm counting my days, 3 years, 3.5 months more. 6 years just enough, not more than that. Because it's not easy. I belong to that kind of personality to tend to avoid responsibility. In the first year, I share one of the temptations is to avoid responsibility. All of us, sometimes, we avoid responsibility. Easy job, we take it. Enjoy, we take it. The challenges come, we think twice, we think thrice. Happened to you, happened to me also. I know it is a temptation. It's a temptation to serve, to share your blessings, share your wealth. All these are not easy. It demands the pain and the sacrifice of self-discipline, self-denial, self-transcendence, and not self-fulfillment. Not easy, it's challenging. That is living the cross. So, here, a Messiah that suffers, Peter, and a suffering Messiah, the Jews couldn't accept that. That's why they can't accept Jesus as a true Messiah. For that reason, the Muslim also cannot accept Jesus as the Messiah, a one who suffered and died on the cross. Impossible. So, heaven forbid, Lord, this must never happen to you. Peter shot back. And Jesus said, get behind me, Satan, because the way you think is not God's way, but man's way. Get behind me, Satan, because that thought originates from Satan. It's not divine inspiration. It's not a divine inspiration. That thought does not come from God. So can you imagine Peter being called Satan? Peter playing the role of Satan. But is that not true that sometimes, in fact often, our best friends, even family, can be the most dangerous tempters. But they mean well. The intentions are very good. If Satan approaches us to make us deal, to tempt us, we will not probably give him a chance. We will send him packing. But all these temptations are very subtle. On the surface, they are good. Nothing wrong with that. So when a close friend talks, advises, then our resistance becomes more difficult. We may believe so. But that may not be the inspiration of the Holy Spirit. Temptations. So the temptations of Jesus are very subtle that apply to us, apply to SFA, apply to me. I always think, what are the temptations? One of my worries, what are my temptations? And to overcome them. It's there. It's there. So in one sense, Jesus summarized Peter's whole problem in one sentence. You are not judging by God's standards, but by man's. Man's standards says be comfortable, seek security, enjoy life, be successful, and so on. But God's standards are different, totally different. That real happiness comes through the practice of humility, the practice of humble love, the practice of loving service, of sacrifice and suffering. And this challenging discipline of cultivating our 8 habits lifestyle is not easy. Try to cultivate the 8 habit lifestyle, not easy. It demands the pain or even the suffering of self-discipline, self-denial. So real joy comes through sorrow. The pain of letting go of all our attachment. Come 3 years, 3 months, I'm preparing myself to mourn. I have to let go of everything I enjoyed during my 6 years as PP. Oh, I got a car. Next day, no PP, I have to surrender my car, no car. I have to leave my office, key to everything, no more. I have to prepare myself right now, morning, Let it go. Don't get attached. Don't get attached. You see, because after 3 years, I may enjoy it. I get used to it. I enjoy being a PP also. You ask me to let go also typical, I have to prepare myself. Letting go of whatever attachments. The everlasting life comes through death. Death to our ego. Death to our pride. To our ego's false desire and fears. So the trauma with many of us is that we tend to identify happiness with a dream world that is free from pain and sufferings. There is one book titled Happiness is a Serious Problem by an American author. He says, I've often thought that if Hollywood stars have a role to play, it is to teach us that happiness has nothing to do with fun. That all these rich, beautiful individuals have constant access to glamorous parties, fancy cars, expensive houses, everything that spells happiness. In memoir after memoir, celebrities revealed the unhappiness hidden beneath all their fun, depression, alcoholism, drug addiction, broken marriages, troubled children, profound loneliness. All these are in the lives of many celebrities, and we envy them. We envy them. Because we see the external, the superficial. We don't see the inner lives. So more times than not, things is said that lead to happiness involve some pain and suffering. The pain and suffering of self-denial, of renunciation of whatever that is not healthy, whatever is not pleasing to God. Let go. That what we call, we will feel the pain and sufferings. So in this world, we all know there is no bed of roses, no royal road to glory. And this is the truth that Jesus taught with his own life. Jesus didn't come to offer something that will make life easy. Jesus didn't come to talk away suffering and pain, but to give life meaning, to fill it with his presence. So as long as we know that what we do is meaningful and significant in the eyes of God, we can accept trials and hardships. So today we can still find many people who have given their life for a cause, for an idea, whatever, that demanded much pain, sacrifices, self-denial, renunciation, suffering, for the cause of freedom, democracy, justice, and peace, for the poor and the needy, and for the sake of the gospel. There is always an element of mystery in suffering. The why of suffering. During the Second World War, a father ran up to his parish priest. He was weeping. He has just received news that his only son had been killed on the battlefield. And the man, his faith, of course, shaken. He questioned, where was God when my son died? Where was God when my son died? And the priest thought for a while. And with compassion said, my friend, where was God when his son died on the cross? Where was God when his only beloved son died on the cross? I wonder Mother Mary also asked that question. Faith and experiences teach us that God often uses hardships, pain, sorrow, and suffering to fashion us into better people, warmer people, gentler people, humbler people, more sensitive, understanding, and compassionate people. Sorrow and suffering can open our eyes to a richer, more beautiful life than we ever dreamed possible. So when seen and accepted in the light of faith, in the light of the story of Jesus, sorrow and suffering are not necessary death dealing, but opportunities for learning life lessons, for growth and maturity, for building a mature, solid, strong Christian character. So thanks to Jesus, they can be life-giving. Just like to end with these words of the great Chinese philosopher Confucius when he said, "The gem cannot be polished without friction, nor the person perfected without trials."